As president of the French National Society of Neurology, I have the privilege of organizing a scientific day in my town called La Journée du Président, the President's Day. I took this opportunity to invite neurologists from many parts of Europe and North America who greatly influenced my understanding and my thinking about multiple sclerosis. I remember Fred Lublin at the FDA office in Washington in January 2000. I was presenting our French academic therapeutic trial for the FDA approval of mitoxantrone in MS. Fred gave the clinician perspective, explaining the concept of worsening relapsing MS that was the term used for the final approval of mitoxantrone. I remember Ellen Tremlett, who continued the incredible talented epidemiological research program of Ludas Sadovnik, whom I visited in UBC Vancouver in 1997. I remember Alistair Compston when he came and gave a fantastic lecture in Rennes at a national workshop on autoimmunity by the end of the 90s, and at Cambridge in 2002, when with a few Breton neurologists, I came to visit his impressive research group in which Emmanuel Lepage was a research fellow. I remember Peter Hartung. He was first introduced to me by Richard Hughes at the first EAN meeting in Nice in 1988, where he had an oral communication on CIDP. And we were also in the same boat at the FDA presentation for mitoxantrone approval in Washington. I remember Hans Lassmann when we were a member of the executive board of the European Charcot Foundation, led by Otto Omes, gathering yearly in the 2000s to set up the program of the European Charcot Foundation Symposium on Annual Congress with Otto Omes, Franz Fazekas, and Giancarlo Comi in Otto's elegant home in Provence. His knowledge on MS pathology and on many aspects of MS is unique. I remember David Miller coming to Rennes on vacation with his family. David gave a lecture on new guidelines for MRI monitoring of clinical trial in MS. I took this opportunity to solicit his collaboration for an academic French and British mitoxantrone trial following his guidelines. I remember Ludwig Kapos as a young neurologist. He was so bold to introduce to the world a standardized way of measuring EDSS. His neurostatus evaluation became the world standard for assessing disability in every phase 3 MS trial for the last 20 years. I remember Marc Tintoret, who came to Saint-Malo in 2006 at a joint meeting among local neurologists and radiologists to define a standardized way of performing MRI. I remember Per Sorenson, who kindly agreed in 2007 to come in Plumanac. He gave a lecture on anti-interferon beta neutralizing antibody and motivated a local biochemist, Catherine Massard, to set up this specific test. I remember Giancarlo Comi when I visited him at San Rafael to design a French and Italian control trial by the early 2000s on the use of mitoxantrone prior to interferon beta in aggressive relapsing MS. I have too many memories with all the French MS specialists here to enumerate, but I have a special place in my heart for Joël Auger, who instilled in me a passion for MS when I was a lowly intern in neurology in 1977, when he was assistant chef de clinique, and I remember the warm welcome he gave me in 1997 at the MS clinic in Vancouver, to which our own MS clinic in Rennes owes a great deal. I repeat, I'm really touched by this amazing scientific day devoted to the past, the present, and why not, the future of multiple sclerosis. And I do hope that you all do remember this day within 20 years from now, when you will be on a stage like this talking about Brittany and multiple sclerosis.